Welcome back to day 2 of being stuck in the tropics. I am the enlightened messenger, Master Obeng, and I am here on the island of Dominica. Taking that view. See that? Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah, so being here on the island, stuck because of COVID, I put together my 5 most must-haves for being stranded on a desert island. If you're going to be stranded on a desert island, then these are my 5 most must-haves, not your 5 most must-haves, and not any other one's 5 most must-haves, because my 5 most must-haves are survival tools for me. You are going to have your own 5 most must-haves if you're going to be stranded on an island for your own survival tools. In this list, I will break down why I have each of these things, why each of these things play a key role, an important role, and you will see how useful the very everyday mundane things are in a survival type of life when you need them. Okay? So let's join in on this show. This is my 5 most must-haves that you would need to survive on a desert island. So let's start with number 1. Okay, you see here I have food. Well, it's important to make sure you do have food, but you got to study the type of food and the type of things that I have here. These everyday looking mundane things that you see in your grocery store play a key role in why you may want to have some of these type of items with you if you know you're going to an island. Okay? So, coffee, of course. Is coffee important? Absolutely not. Coffee is not important to have on a desert island, but the container itself is. The container itself is. Because you can fill this container up with rocks. You understand? You can store this container full of bait, live bait for fishing. So, and this is a glass jar. And so this container plays an important role. But before it can become a container to store bait, it's glass for a reason. What can you do with glass? What does glass do? Well, glass cuts. So you can always use this to break it open and use it as a knife. Create you a tip for a knife to cut some things if you need to cut some things. So yes, having a glass container, not coffee, but a glass container is very key, very important, and it's going to be very useful to survive on an island because you can do a lot of cutting with glass. Okay? That's number 1. And then you step over here to the other items. Well, I have crackers here, I have oatmeal here, I have sardines here, I have water, I have peanut butter. Now, of course, the peanut butter can play a significant role in your survival. Why? Well, you can use peanut butter for more than just putting in your stomach. You can also use peanut butter as part of your baiting system. You understand? So you can use peanut butter as part of your baiting system to catch things like fowls, birds, anything like that on the island. Not something more so in the water. This is useful for things you might want to catch on the land. So you can trap maybe, I'm not a big meat eater, but if I'm going to have to survive on the island, I may want to have some peanut butter with me because I can use peanut butter to catch all kinds of, I wouldn't eat rodents, but if I had to survive, then yes, you may want to think about that type of thing. But when you're surrounded by water on an island, there's plenty of fish in the sea, as the saying goes. But when you need to get some of that real, protein on the island, here on the island, then you may want to be sure you have peanut butter to trap you a few of those land animals. And you can put some peanut butter, on a bait. You can set the bait on a cracker here. So you can set your cracker bait up. You can even leave a trail with your crackers here as bait. So put your peanut butter on the cracker, set your cracker up inside of a trap, and boom, there you go. You may have you some nice, fresh land animal, maybe even more sustainable protein to keep you lasting longer. Okay, oatmeal plays a key role just for the purpose of having something to swell up in your stomach. You want to have oatmeal as part of your kit, your food kit, so that it lasts longer inside your stomach. The more of this you eat, okay, the more you can sustain yourself, last longer. You got a lot of carbs, but you would last longer in hunger pains. Your hunger pains will subside quicker having oatmeal with you on an island. So yes, oatmeal is key because it swells up in the stomach, it swells up in the pot, and you can really go throughout your day a lot longer having eaten 2 or 3 bags of oatmeal. This is important. Sardines. Why? Well, because inside the can is sardines, fish, another baiting tactic. But also the can itself. The can can act as so many different useful tools. You understand? So you can take the lid off of here and make a knife out of that as well. Because this is going to be key to having on an island. This canister right here in and of itself. You understand? So you can take this and you can make so many different things. You can use it for so many different type of surviving ways out in the water. You understand? So having sardines, yes, attracts a lot more animals. It attracts a lot more, animals to you. Bait. This is sardines itself is bait. The can itself can be put on the end of a wooden stick and used as a knife or a spear. So you can sharpen this canister. You can take this canister, fold it, and make a knife tip out of it, a spear tip out of it, and plant it at the end of a bamboo stick or wood stick out here, something like that. And there you have a spear, and you can go spear fishing. These are important, but also the fish is important because you can catch birds out of the air, you can catch fish in the sea, and you can catch land animals with that type of bait. Water. Of course you want water. You want to be able to have water, but also you want to make sure you got the bottle. Because the bottle acts as a what they call a booby. You understand what I'm saying? The bottle acts as a booby. So you take a buoy, you take this, tie it to the end of your stick, get you some string, and make you a fishing rod, and there you have it. You have a buoy on the end of your fishing rod, a floater. So, but that is not the most important reason why you want the bottle. You want this bottle because you can go and take some water. You can go take water, put it in here, sit it in the sun, and the sun can alkaline the water for you. You sit it in the sun long enough, and your water will become alkaline and fresh to drink. But also having a bottle definitely keeps you having the ability to gather water, get water. You understand? So having a bottle is key, okay, while being on an island. Number 2, the biggest thing I'm going to have with me on a stranded on a desert island is my shawl, a warmer, a comforter. Yeah, it's not the best thing to take with you on an island. Why? Simply because it gets soaked and it's no good. It gets wet, it's really no good. You understand? But you can use it for comfort. Use it for a pillow. You can use it for a blanket. You can use it to even make char cloth out of it. This is why this is important. What do you need char cloth for? Well, you can make, if you ever go camping, you ever done survival, if you ever had to survive in the woods or slept out in the woods and you needed to do, and you ever been camping, if you ever went to Boy Scout, Girl Scout, you understand the importance of char cloth. Char cloth lights up faster when you need to make a fire. If you don't have no lighter, no other remedy, you want to make sure you keep a cloth to make char cloth, so that way when it's time to start fire, you take a piece of this cloth is already charred, and you gather your 2 sticks and you create some fiction, and then therefore you don't have to go and gather a lot of wood by just using this char cloth. You can use it and then blow it up and then put it underneath a bed of wood, and there you have it, a fire. You understand? So this is good for char cloth to keep fires easy to start, easy to make, easy to do. Okay, that's number two. Yeah, it's to keep warm, but if it gets soaked, it's no good. And also, this is the reason why you got a container like this, because once you make your char cloth, you need somewhere to store it. When you get your char cloth made, you might want to put it in a container. You need to put it in a container, and it's best that you have a glass or a plastic container to put it in, to keep it, stored away from being soaked, from getting wet. It's no good if it's wet. So keep your char cloth, keep a piece of cloth or something like this for that purpose. That's why you want a blanket or a linen, something like that, for char cloth reasons. Easy to start, easy to get your fire going with char cloth. Number three, the importance of having water shorts, some type of water shorts with you, some type of swim shorts, swim trunks. Why? Because they dry much faster. That's why. That's the simplest way to put it. If you keep you a piece of, some type of swimming trunks with you when you go swimming, to go do your spear fishing, or you go swimming just to go get get out the sun, get a dip in the water, then these shorts dry within an hour. Not even, they dry almost in 30 minutes. So you can wear these getting out of the water and be completely dry within 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, so that's important. You don't suffer from hypothermia with wet clothes. Okay, and you want to have you some type of water shoes with you. Water shoes, mountain shoes, a combination of both, right? On an island, these shoes are water/mountain shoes. They're able to get wet. You can walk in water with them, and they are hiking shoes. They're also hiking shoes. So I can climb mountains with these. I can go into the bush with these. I can go and step on rough grounds with these. These things are durable for rough grounds to step on. You want to make sure you got you a pair of shoes, but make it a combination of both. Get you a pair of water shoes, because you don't know what's in the water. Half the time you're in that water and you may be stepping on something, cut your feet, then there you go. You can bleed to death. Anything can happen walking barefooted inside the water, especially on an island. You can get stung by a stingray, whatever, right? So take you some water shoes with you. These shoes are a combination of both. Water shoes, I can walk in water with them. I can step on rocks with them. I can hike. I can hike with these shoes on. And there's the name of them, Highland Creek. You understand that? If that ain't a play on words, I don't know what is. Highland for the highlands, creek for the water, Highland Creek. So this is why you want to have shoes like that, for the highlands and for the creeks. Okay, that's important for your feet to stay dry, to stay comfortable, and to stay cut free. Okay, and then you want to have you some reading and writing material. Why? Well, paper burns easy. Get you some paper, use it to burn, get your fire going. But that's why you got your char cloth. But at the same time, if you got paper, you're good. If you got paper, you're good. But this is for the importance of having something to burn, but also having something to just keep your mind at ease. Reading, writing, these type of things are essential to keeping a healthy perspective and a stable mind, so you're not losing your ever-loving mind. And then having some writing material, something to write with, something to write in. Why? Because you may want to leave notes. Write to yourself, talk to yourself, journal, to get you through the day, get you through the time. I know sometimes when we're down and we're stuck and we're depressed, we don't want to write, we don't want to do anything. We just really want to get off the island. We want to get home. We want to be around loved ones. We want to get back to a life of what we know. Well, this is going to help you cope with that loneliness. This is going to help you cope with those feelings and emotions of being down. So, but also leaving notes here on the island, leaving notes and putting notes in the bottle. This is important, to write yourself notes, but also leave notes for people to find, just in case you're moving around the island. People, you keep a trail, literally keep a paper trail. When you're moving about the island, trying to, get around it and survive, leave little notes for people to find so that they can track you. You understand? Write things down, make markers. And also that's what these are for too, to make markers so you know how to get back. So you know how to get back to a place where you left. when you're on an island. So you know how to get around the island. You mark your trees with paper, okay? That's a good way to not be lost on the inside the island rather than being lost on the island. And last but not least, a lighter. Yeah, a lighter, beloved. You may want to have a lighter, but eventually this lighter is going to run out. It's not going to have all the fuel. But for the meantime, you want to start out with one. You just want to have one to start out with. Because why? It makes all your fire starting problems quicker, easier, and go away a lot faster. We live in the modern era of technology. And so it is important to have your lighter with you. You want to have a lighter for that specific reason alone. Why? Again, makes fire starting a lot easier. There it is. There you have it, beloved. My 5 list of survival things on a desert island. Big reasons why you want to have these things. Multiple reasons why you can use these things. Multiple reasons how you can utilize everyday things to get yourself started, get yourself going, just to get your peace of mind in a good place on the island. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a peace of mind to start out with. This is something you want to start out with. Now, you're not going to, all this stuff is not going to last you a long time until you get rescued off the island. But it could get you this could get you easily, for me, this could get me 2.5 weeks. Because if I got this for fire, paper, and I got that for fire, as long as I got these and these, I can always get in the water, assure myself to catch me some more food if I need the food to survive. As long as I got this, I can always make sure I can get purified water to drink. And as long as I got this, I know that I'll always be able to, as long as I got this, I know I'll always be able to have me some spears to catch more fish. The bait and all that, this is all other stuff is just bait. But for those reasons alone, you want to have all of that. Okay, beloved, there you have it. I want to say, make up a 5 must-haves that you must have. 5 most must-haves that you need to survive on the island. Write that out. Think about that. If you ever get deserted or stranded on a desert island, what are your 5 lists? What are your 5 things that you would want to have while stranded on the island? Okay? Peace. I love you. I love me. I love us. Ashe and atone. Be well and be like my beloved beings.